Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama opened the Heads of Missions meeting consultation at the Holiday Inn this morning. The three-day discussions are expected to reinforce Fiji's foreign policy objectives and create operating efficiencies between the missions and government.
Heads of missions were reminded this morning of the crucial role they play in representing the interests of Fiji around the globe. The three-day Head of Missions consultation was opened by Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama. With Fiji engaging and strengthening its bilateral ties, Prime Minister Bainimarama told ambassadors and heads of missions overseas to always maintain territorial integrity, relying on transparency, which is to be achieved through open dialogue in order to pursue progressive and effective partnerships.
The performance of all diplomatic missions will be under greater scrutiny as we ensure benchmarking strategies and performance management are streamlined. With continued expansion, we must also enrich Fiji's investment climate and rejuvenate private sector participation.
This morning's meeting also included a courtesy call by Fiji's heads of missions overseas to His Excellency the President Ratuipeli Nailatikau at Government House.
I think there's basically two aspects to it. It's first of all, as I said earlier, all of us getting together with our ministry and sharing our ideas and strategizing for our ministry's policies going ahead over the next couple of years. But it's also about us being informed back here in Fiji about what's happening in terms of strategic framework for change, what's happening with Fiji's roadmap, getting up-to-date briefings. And over the next 3 days we'll be meeting with a lot of the permanent secretaries who are coming in to give us these updates. Commissioner of Police, Governor of Reserve Bank, people like that are coming in to give us briefings. So we'll leave Fiji on the weekend very much up to date with what's happening here in Fiji.
Fiji has established diplomatic relations with 126 countries and is on the path to formalizing diplomatic relations with all member states of the United Nations. Last year, 3 new missions were opened in Indonesia, South Africa and Brazil, with another 2 missions opening in Korea and United Arab Emirates this year.
The role of the Foreign Affairs Ministry has evolved beyond its traditional responsibilities to playing an important function in reshaping Fiji's global image and promoting the nation's interest in international arena, while also fulfilling Fiji's obligations to international conventions.
The message at the 3-day Head of Missions consultation by Foreign Affairs Minister Ratuinoke Kumbuombola focuses on the ministry's commitment to strengthening relations amongst current nations, while at the same time establishing new relations with countries that recognize and understand Fiji's reform agenda. Ratuinoke Kumbuombola emphasized that heads of missions would need to work equally hard to ensure that the nation's development priorities is directed to enhance the well-being and improve the living standards of people.
Engaging fully in world politics calls for proactive participation in international forums, and government's efforts have resulted in Fiji joining renowned international organizations such as the Non-Aligned Movement and seeking observer status in ASEAN to strengthen engagement with our development partners in Asia.
The 3-day meeting also provides the opportunity for heads of missions to identify benchmarks to assess the business function of their missions and their contributions to Fiji's economic development.